Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about when new themes arise and what to do in those situations. If you just want to make sure you like and subscribe down at the bottom, and then leave any questions or comments about future videos that you'd like me to do, I'd really appreciate it. Now, for me, I've had a bunch of different themes. I've had predominantly sensory motor OCD, and then health OCD was a big one for me, and then I had POCD when I was younger, and then harm OCD a little bit. I've had chronic guilt, and then ROCD has kind of been like a sub theme that I've kind of always had. And recently, over the past, I would say 4 months, I had a spike with ROCD. Wasn't really expecting it, and I'd had such a long time of just no anxiety, and it was a little different, right? Because I'm used to just dealing with maybe sensory motor or other things that themes that I've had, and the best tips that I can really give in a situation when you have a new theme arise or like a new fear, obviously is don't do anything. Like, don't try to fix it. Don't try to control it. Don't try to figure it out. You just need to be uncomfortable for a little bit. It's important to be uncomfortable, one, because the thing that I've really noticed anyways with these new themes that pop up, fear of fear has kind of been my biggest theme. It's the driver that has really been behind everything. Mostly just fear of being uncomfortable for a long time because of my situation with ROCD, right? Like the ROCD itself is uncomfortable, but the fear of fear and the way you overcome fear of fear is by wearing it, and also breaking it down, looking at long term what would be the worst case scenario if you were compulsively if you were doing things compulsively or uncomfortable for long periods of time, or having that particular theme, and it's important to really look at that and break that down. I would say fear of fear is a driving factor for most themes. Now, after you have a period of time of that happening, and you're having intrusive thoughts, rumination, obviously you're able to really figure out what those fears are, and spend time breaking them down, obviously non-compulsively. I would suggest doing it 3 to 5 times a week, starting for 10-20 minutes. Doing it on paper is good, and doing it for like a month, and then letting yourself be uncomfortable again and feel those feelings and feel those sensations, and over time, obviously what'll happen is when those fears go down, maybe you have some anxiety that's still there, and you need to feel it for a little bit, and let it kind of happen. The biggest thing too that I've really seen, at least with myself, is like low frustration tolerance. I have the tendency to sometimes overreact or get frustrated, or get irritated at myself or judge myself for letting those things happen, or feeling like I'm stupid or whatever, right? And also, for me, I had to really look at those things. Like it's hard for me to learn things, but once I learn them, I'm really good at them. And maybe I am not as smart as other people, but that doesn't really give me an excuse, right? And with low frustration tolerance, like this is something that you need to build in your life to be able to really deal with anything that comes up in life, And with new themes arising, the other thing to look at is not being afraid of it switching, because the reality of it is you have OCD and it's likely to switch, and it's going to happen. And the same principles are usually going to always apply to everything. Now, everything may have different compulsions. They may have different, maybe when you have a new theme, you're going to feel different body sensations or feel things in a different way, or it's just going to kind of move around and change, and it's going to try to confuse you to make you feel like that something is different, something is wrong, and you don't know how to do it, and you can't trust yourself. Um, and the other thing to really look at is, if you've had a long time of feeling good and you start relaxing and getting to a point where you're falling back into some of the things that got you there in the first place, that's going to be a thing that's it's going to happen again. Like, it's going to come back up, right? And RABT isn't just about changing your thoughts. It's about changing your actions. It's about changing what you do. For me, for example, I'll get to a point where I get comfortable, and I've usually gone back to drinking, and I'm a person that shouldn't drink. Everyone's different. I don't think you should avoid alcohol because it makes you uncomfortable, but some people have more of an addictive personality, and for me, it hasn't really been very positive. Now, the other thing I'll say is, when it comes to new themes arising, you need to be very patient with yourself, and you need to be very compassionate, and you got to accept that, because you have OCD, and it's going to take longer than you want it to happen a lot of times, and you have to be patient, and you have to just you gotta just give yourself a little compassion. Also, when those new themes arrive and stuff, don't start hunkering down. Don't sit down. Don't go lay down in bed and feel sorry for yourself. Still have fun with friends. Go to work. Have a balanced life. Exercising is good for good. Obviously, try to get, good sleep. You don't need to worry about, and I say good sleep, like, don't go to bed at every time at the same night and try to be super compulsive about it. Just do healthy habits and educate yourself, and don't try to force it. It's going to take time. So anyways, that's all I got for you guys today, and I hope you have a great day.